Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, they're just 62 days until Christmas 2020, and the elves here at the North Pole are super busy. We've got some toys to discuss today, Hasbro and Disney, and in fact, we're even going to bring in Mattel into the discussion. And then we've also got lots of Star Wars news. There are just 7 days until The Mandalorian Season 2. And Santa and Mrs. Claus are going for a week of vacation next week. So I won't be live streaming daily. I may slip in one or two here or there. But for the most part, I'll be out of network. We're going up into Amish country in Ohio. And there's poor internet service up there. I'll be able to get some stuff on my phone. Maybe able to set up a hotspot and get something up. But we'll see. So just want to set the expectation there that may not be live streaming next week, but at the same time, there's a lot to talk about today. So I know I wasn't on the last couple of days, and work came up, and I had a scheduling conflict Wednesday. So today we're going to do a little bit of catch up, and we're going to talk about primarily The Mandalorian. But there's a couple of other things to bring up. Hey, Lord Vito, hello there. Welcome. And Mark Hamilton, thanks, sir. Appreciate you being here. There's a lot of things to talk about. So I'm going to give you all a little bit of choice here. We'll see just how well this goes. Wu-Tang, hello, Russell. Yeah, thank you so much. Wu-Tang Krampus here. I tell you, lately, somebody's been vying for your spot atop the naughty list. Yeah. Lavis Blackman has been poking the bear, so to speak. That boy's been trying to beat you out to get to the top of that naughty list. So you may have to step up your game or take an issue with Lavis for, de-seeding you. So Mike Porter, hey, your anniversary is today. How many years, Mike? What are you up to? I know you're just older than I am, but we're coming up on, this will be 34 for us, 34 years. And that's on Mandalorian Day, actually. Lavis can't take my spot. Well, I'll tell you what, he has been trying. He was poking even last night on Ditto Nerds After Dark. He's going right after it. Oh, funny. I'm about I'm about to turn and get banned. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. Okay. Mike got married a little bit later. 27 years. Well, congratulations and happy anniversary. This is a great time of year to be celebrating an anniversary. I just love the weather. So a little bit of choice about topics. We've got three major kind of streams of topics to talk about. The first one, of course, we're leading here with is The Mandalorian. So we've got season 2 and a little bit of season 3 things to talk about. The second is Star Wars toys and toys in general, as far as the Christmas season coming up. And the third is a little bit of non sequitur Star Wars stuff, just some leftover Star Wars stuff, general news and items. And then there's one other little piece to bring up, and it came up in Trinity's live stream. We'll wait for Trinity to get here maybe a little bit later, and we'll talk about the whole time travel versus time loop argument, and how Dark puts a great big wedge into his argument. So we've got that going when he gets here. So what do you all think? You want to talk about Mandalorian first? You want to talk about toys first? You want to talk about other Star Wars news first? We'll leave it up. And if I were as savvy as our friend Adam at Fanjecture, I might even be able to put up a poll and have you all vote. But nope, Santa can't do that. So Reefer Man Reviews, time looping, OS time travel. That was me. Yeah. That was hilarious because yeah, he Trinity it has a little bit of a beef there, right? Wells, digging the black stripes on the costume. It's Santa Man. Well, I've been waiting for somebody to call me out like they did Josh this morning. This is from the Ohio State University. It's from their athletic band. My oldest daughter was in an athletic band at Ohio State, and she got me this nice pullover. So it's just a pullover kind of jacket, and it keeps me a little bit warm, and I wear it frequently. So there's different shirts underneath, but the same one on top multiple days. And so I know everybody was giving Josh a hard time this morning about wearing that flannel for more than one stream. I was like, oh no, Santa's going to be in trouble. So there's that. Okay, so oh, Trinity is here. Okay, everybody, I've got to put up a warning. Spoiler warning. If you have not seen Dark on Netflix, I'm about to spoil it for you because I've got to school Trinity a little bit. Trinity doesn't know his time travel stories, and he claims to have knowledge and be right on the topic, but yet he doesn't know what he speaks of. So I had to take him to task. We had to come in and set him straight. Trinity needs a little bit of schooling on Dark. I think it puts a wedge into his time loop isn't time travel issue because, and here we go. If you haven't seen Dark, now's the time to mute. When the spoiler warning goes away, you can unmute and rejoin us. But this is what happens. In Dark, they find a portal that allows them to time travel. And this time travel portal has certain frequencies at which it works. And they go back in time to a particular place, depending on the frequency. So they can go back, or you find out later, they can go forward in time. And this is something that so it is truly time travel in that perspective. These people go back in time, but the kicker that's on the top of it, it's a loop. And that this loop has been going on for hundreds of years. And the same story keeps happening over and over. And you end up with a little bit of time cop involved as well, because as they were going back, there's certain people who need to die, for example. If a certain character doesn't die, then it's going to change the future, and then there'll be impact to that. And so if, say, somebody was murdered or in a car accident or something like that, they would travel back in time. And these people, these enforcers, there's a couple of different factions, were at war with one another, and they would go kill them anyway, so that they would make sure they would die. But this is a loop, and it happens over and over. Hundreds of years it's been happening, the same story happening over and over and over again as people travel back in that loop. And there's an actual term for the paradox that's created from it. So most of the people in the loop are a bit of Groundhog Day-ish, because they keep living the same years over and over again, just continually. The same events, same years over and over. There are a handful of people who are time traveling through that loop, affecting the course of events along the way. So it is both a time loop and a time travel. Time travel because they are purposefully going to certain times through this portal. And at some point, they actually develop a device by which they can trigger time travel using mechanical means. So they can put that down, they can set it off and go to a particular frequency, forward or back. So Dark is a loop, and it is time travel, my friend. So there you go. Yeah. They're looping because the time travel is causing paradox. It doesn't sound like it's just a loop, right? Dark throws a little bit of a wrench into your loop isn't time travel, because through that series, you see that they are indeed time traveling, and that's affecting the loop for everybody else. Everybody else is looping through the same thing over and over again, and even themselves. They've seen a certain person die and it causes them distress. So there you go, Trinity. For you're a little more educated now. You know just a little bit more about time travel and time loops, and you can factor that into your discussion going forward. Oh, okay. So I couldn't help myself. I absolutely had to bring that up. We'll take that off. I'll quit talking about dark, and we can go back to Star Wars. But Trinity, I promised Trinity that I would go on a bit of a rant regarding being triggered over Trinity misspeaking about time travel and time loops. So that's so much fun. I love this community. We're a lot of friends here, and I enjoy it. All right, so I saw before we had a vote on which topic to go to first, and it was Mando. So we're going to start a little bit. Reefer man. Very good. Elbow cough, sanitizer. Oh, the other day I had my mask on at church, and we were doing the closing hymns, and I had to sneeze. Sneezing with a mask on is is not enjoyable, my friends. Oh, that's a terrible experience. Bill Murray didn't time travel anywhere. Tom Cruise didn't time travel anywhere. Loop, not purposeful, right? But dark does have purposeful time travel and a loop. It's both. So there you go. So a loop can be time travel, but your two examples are true. I agree with you. I'm just, we're having fun, and we do it primarily at each other's expense, and so I couldn't help myself. All right, so let's get into some Mandalorian news. Let me go back here. Pull this up, and we'll talk about a couple things. Let's see. I think I will do it. We'll start here. We'll start with the most current. So there's a working title for season 3 called The Buccaneer, or Buccaneer. That's the title for the working title for season 3. And yeah, we're gonna fight. Well, you're in California, so good luck with that. And I had to work at a Daytona, run too much Halloween chocolate. So much fun. Yeah, well, let's get back to the Mandalorian. Yeah, so the title is Buccaneer. So Buccaneer elicits certain thoughts, right? What do you associate? A word association game now, friends. The Buccaneer is a word association to pirate, right? Yeah. So Buccaneer being a word associated with pirate, a lot of people are wondering, well, what might be the focus, the theme, the guest appearances we could get in season 3 if the theme of the season is Buccaneer or pirate. Who's our favorite Star Wars pirate? I'll let you all think on it. I know the answer. I know you know the answer. I just wanted to see if we can make this a little bit more interactive. So our favorite Star Wars pirate, he's starting to cross different genres, right? He came from Rebels, and he's a little bit in the Clone Wars, I believe. He's also down at the new Star Wars feature at Disney World, right? So we've got Hondo, of course, Hondo, our favorite pirate. So Hondo might be, people are speculating, if this is the working title and if it has any meaning. So those are two big ifs there, right? So Cad Bane is more of a mercenary. Cad Bane, Sir Nerd a lot. First of all, hello, welcome. But Cad Bane, Cad Bane is more of a bounty hunter, right? And a mercenary. I don't know if he's truly a pirate, but Cad Bane is my favorite. I love Cad Bane. But Hondo Anaka is a pirate. And that's, so they playing football. Reefer man, we're not talking about Tampa Bay. Oh, no. So it'll be Hondo. And if Hondo is going to be like a guest that season, then that would be the working title. That's the theme of it. You've got the pirate kind of sense to it. So Maybe. I'm not sure. So that's the season 3 stuff. Now, season 2, there's a couple of big things I'd like to talk about. One being we have the this goes back some time, and it's, let me see if I can increase the size of this for all of you. Yeah, whoop, there we go. So if we go look at these titles from season 2, the season 2 titles are very interesting, especially if we lie those up against who's directing, because there's a couple of rumors that have come out, a couple of leaks. Oh, I believe they're more rumors because I don't know they have any substantiation, right? So I think they're rumors. The first is that where Ahsoka is going to appear. It's a bit of a corroboration of John Campia's Twitter tweet that he made, that Ahsoka would only be in one episode. And most people have associated that with, and myself as well, the Dave Filoni episode. However, in this latest rumor, it has Ahsoka associated with Chapter 6, The Sorcerer, which is interesting. Chapter 6. So remember that. Let's go over and look at who is directing each chapter. So this picks up on so this is laid out different. Chapter 9 is continuation of the story. That's how they've been doing it. So this would be season 2, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So if this rumor has any bearing to it, the Sorcerer, chapter 6, episode 6 is chapter 14, and Jon Favreau. So something's got to give. And if we go back and think what most people have been saying, myself included, that we think it was more likely for Ahsoka to show up in Dave Filoni's episode. That's chapter 13. That would be, as we've already discussed, that would be episode 5. And episode 5 has a title, The Loyalist. Oops, I twittered. Let's not do that. So chapter 5 has a title, The Loyalist. If that's the case, then we've got a mismatch, right? So in one of these 2 episodes, Ahsoka is supposed to appear. I still think Dave Filoni is the most likely candidate, but by title, the Sorcerer seems to be have some merit. So what do you all think? You think Dave Filoni's episode, The Loyalist for Ahsoka, or do you think chapter 6, The Sorcerer, with Jon Favreau, will be our Ahsoka episode? And do you think that the rumors are correct, John Campia, and the one that came out today, that she is only in one episode? So do you believe that? Do you think she might be in more? I'm tending to think that she is only going to be in one episode. She's not the feature of the show. The show is about Din Djarin and the child. And so while we may get an introduction to Ahsoka, as well as our Bo-Katan, I think both of them may appear in the same episode. We'll see. I think it's for the purpose of doing the spin-off, right? You introduce the characters and you spin them off, much like Laverne and Shirley in Happy Days, right? And they spun that off. So that kind of thing. So let's see here. Reefer Man, Cad Bane and Hondo, 2 of favorite characters. Yes, we're on the same page. Cad Bane and Hondo, they're absolute gold from those animated series. Yeah. Reefer Man, maybe 5 and 6, maybe. I mean, if this is what's happening, right? People pick up on little things they see. For example, they see Obi-Wan Kenobi appear on the set of The Mandalorian, and people start saying, "Oh, there's going to be a secret guest appearance of Ian McGregor in The Mandalorian." Bruh's false, right? Because we know that he's not a guest. He was there to kind of get into the volume, see what that whole experience is about, watch some of it, and then prepare for his own series that's going to be spinning off. So there's that. Um, let's see. And so if some people saw Ahsoka there during this chapter, the sorcerer, right? They see her there. Perhaps she did show up in 5, but she's also there in 6. And who knows? Maybe they're in both, or maybe they're just in 1. I still want to think that she's going to show up in Dave Filoni's, but boy, this title's tough to get past, right? And that's the rumor that they saw her there for that. I'm going with Filoni and a younger Luke for Sorcerer episode. Oh, there you go, Drew's reviews. The Sorcerer could absolutely be Luke Skywalker. You know, this is my tin hat theory, right? I've been talking about this now for a couple of weeks. My tin hat theory is we're going to get a surprise. It's going to be Luke Skywalker. And it's very possible that people could have seen our actress who plays Ahsoka hanging around during episode 6 because she wanted to meet Mark Hamill. I think that's absolutely possible. And I think episode 6 could very well be Mark Hamill showing up as Luke Skywalker. And that is the big bomb to drop during the season, right? Just to explode. And it's going to have repercussions, shockwaves throughout the fandom. I think people are going to be really, really excited about it. I think they're going to play it off well. And that's my tin hat theory. So let's see. Reefer Man, I'm more excited in the final 2 episodes of the season. Yeah, these titles, The Return and The Empire, very good titles. Mike Porter, if Boba Fett makes an appearance in Mandalorian season 2, how's Mando and the child? Oh, bonus points for Mike Porter. How are they going to get out of the Sarlacc pit? I mean, we know that's where Boba is. Boba Fett's in the Sarlacc pit, and the poor dude's probably naked because we already know that his armor was ejected out, and our friend Timothy Oliphant is already confirmed is on the cast for season 2, and Oliphant's got his armor, so they're got to be down in the belly of the Sarlacc with a naked Boba Fett. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. That's hilarious, man. So also the title, The Republic. Can't wait to see what it's about. Yeah, these titles, they're great. Wu-Tang. yeah, just hit us with, bruh, that's false. Yeah, I should have thought about that earlier and taken a clue off of our friend the Lonely Banter, bro. Reefer Man, if we get Luke Skywalker in the Mandalorian show, I'll cry. Oh man, brace yourself. I am at this point. I'm trying not to psych myself up too much for it because I always say it's my tinfoil hat, right? I have no evidence. I have no proof. This is just a fan wanting to see it. And I think that it very well could happen. And just based on clues that I've seen in the previews, in those little trailer spots. And I think this title, The Sorcerer, who would the sorcerer be? Who would the sorcerer be? It's got to be Return of the Jedi, right? It has to be Luke Skywalker. I'm telling you, I'm with it. Russ, sorcerer would be Mace Windu. Oh, if I used more colorful language, I would quote I would quote a Mace Windu. Yeah, cry tears of joy, of course. Yeah, of course. Can't wait for Sebastian Stan Luke. But we happy with Hamill. Yeah, I think we're going to get Mark Hamill. I honestly do. Oliphant could help him out of the Sarlacc and then rob Boba. Yeah, Cobb Vanth. Yeah, Cobb Vanth as Timothy Oliphant, or other way around. Timothy Oliphant as Cobb Vanth. Absolutely, yeah. Sebastian Stan Luke. It's possible. It's absolutely possible that we could get Sebastian Stan as Luke. So that's these put together. Especially with the rumor that came out early this morning, maybe late last night, that the rumor is that we're going to get Ahsoka in chapter 6 or episode 6, chapter not chapter 6. It's actually chapter 14, right? So this is the confusing things, right? So we know that they're continuing season 2 off of season 1. So you start with chapter 9, 10, 11, 12, right? But the episodes go, these should not be chapter 1, 2. This should be episode 1, 2, right? So this site, the direct here, and they're just quoting a tweet. So this is what's rumored. So I think that's exciting. I'm really excited for the end of, when you look at this. And let's just take a look at these titles. So the first is The Search. I think that's everything that we have seen in those teaser trailers. The search being that search for his kind, right? And that's going to come from there. The quote that we hear from the armorer, the quote that we hear from Mando, I think that's all going to be in that episode. Chapter 2, The Confrontation. Could this be Moff Gideon? Good question. Could this be that fight scene that we see? I'm not sure. Chapter 3, The Bounty. We know that the bounty is the child. So this is going to be involving somebody else after the bounty. Again, it could follow right after the confrontation. We could still have Moff Gideon. Chapter 4, The Republic. So this is interesting because, and this would be episode 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is chapter 12, The Republic. So we do have a new Republic coming out. And if you've read the Aftermath books and you've seen the even the Leia, the books, Leia, Princess of Alderaan, and also there's another one that features her trying to set up the new Republic. That's going to be during this time. And she actually does not take control of the New Republic because of her ties to Anakin. Darth Vader kind of gets out there, it kind of ruins her political. So she can't be the charge of the president or whatever. So so the Republic. So we'll get some introduction to perhaps we will get Coruscant, right? Maybe we'll get Coruscant in there. Oops, again I hit that. It's going to link to Twitter. So chapter 5, The Loyalist. Not sure who that is. Yeah, Bloodlines. That's it, Reefer Man. Bloodlines. That was the one that featured Leia after the fact. Yeah. So there's some of that. The Loyalist. I don't know. I don't have any clues on what that could refer to. If that's a loyalist to the Empire, very well could be. And we'll have some story of a character there. The next is The Sorcerer. We talked about that. The Return. The return of who, what, or where, right? We're returning back to the return of what might this be? I don't know. And then the last one, The Empire. Very exciting stuff. Very cool stuff. So let me get caught up again. The Leia books are great. I agree. Bloodlines is really good. So is Leia, Princess of Alderaan. That book, you get a little bit of introduction to everybody's least favorite general from The Last Jedi, right? So she makes an appearance in there. Santa, who do you think is playing young Mace Windu? Anthony, don't give Russell more. He doesn't need it. Humble pie win, right? I guess cookies work for you. Yeah. Humble cookies. I need some humble cookies when Mace Windu shows up. Maybe young Admiral Akbar, since it looks on their calamari. It'll be older, right? So it's after. It's a trap. It's right after that. So, but Disney Plus for de-aging could be expensive. I think there would be some de-aging with Mark, but they kind of played up him being a little bit older in The Last Jedi. So the de-aging might not be all that much, all that difficult. We'll see, especially if it's a somewhat short appearance. The Loyalist episode, Moff Gideon, absolutely could be. He's loyal to the Empire, but I don't know. In those books, these Moffs are fighting one another. They're kind of each jockeying for power after Palpatine is gone, and they're kind of trying to one up one another and outmaneuver one another. And I think that a lot of people aren't taking that into consideration when they see Moff Gideon. They think more of a united thing where they're still working for a joint cause. That could be the case. So Gideon could be fighting for the remnants of the Empire to hold it together while these other Moffs are trying to take over. It's hard to see. We'll see. Billy Lord cameo as Leia. I love Billy Lord in the sequels. I love that she got to do that with her mom. Super precious for her. Yeah. Russell Wu-Tang Wells. They already got Sam Jackson de-aged at Disney. More proof. Santa, is there a character in Star Wars 50 model after like an Old West sheriff? Do we have an Old West sheriff? Well, the closest would be Timothy Oliphant. But I want to bring up a point here in a minute, Anthony, we can talk about, because there is somebody that I think we could see come in. Because there's another person that's been talked about, but we haven't seen a lot of discussion about. Cobb Vanth is close to being a sheriff. That's a stretch, though. We really don't have somebody like that. Mod's having Gideon feels like the dark side is the upper hands. Yeah, there's a proxy war. Exactly. Is there model after sheriffs from the Old West? Right. That's the best. I haven't read anybody. I mean, Cobb Vanth is the closest. But this Mandalorian series is really more Old West than anything else that we've ever seen. It really does read like a Western. And maybe we will see somebody emerge as that. And we'll talk about that person in just a moment. Yeah, plot twist. Grief Karga is the loyalist. No. I love the idea of dueling Imperial remnants. Yes. Territorial warlords. Exactly. Constable Zuvio was sheriff on Jakku. But boy, you barely get him right. Oliphant is short-lived. He drives me crazy. Reminds me of Billy Bob Thornton, Ryan Seacrest hybrid. Well, there's somebody else I want to bring in. I think we're going to get a sheriff, and so I think you're on the right path, Anthony. Because I'll go ahead and shift to it, because there's another point here that I wanted to bring up. Let me go to another tab. Here we go. So we've got these official confirmation from Disney in Germany. So this happened some time ago, but people aren't really going into the details. Let me make this larger again so you guys can read it. So it says, meanwhile, we got official confirmation from Disney Plus Germany. Rosario Dawson's, right? We know she's joining the cast. We saw that in that little preview they did, as well as Sasha Banks. These ads, Sasha Banks and Timothy Oliphant as a character named Cobb Vanth. Right, so we that much information we've kind of known, but when we go on, there's some other live action versions of Star Wars characters making their debut, including Tamura Morrison as Boba Fett. Now, we did see Tamura Morrison leaked. His publicist put on there, his talent agency put on that he is appearing as Boba Fett in Mandalorian season 2, much against my wishes. Right, I'm not a fan of Boba Fett. I think he belongs in that Sarlacc pit, and I appreciate Mike Porter being on the same page with me there. But Tamura, I was wanting him to show up as Rex with Ahsoka, right? So Ahsoka and Rex, and for people just to be misled by this Timothy Oliphant thing, and be crossing wires. I still hope for that, and I still hope that that's not the case. I hope he shows up as Rex, not as Boba Fett. I desperately want that. This next one is Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan. I think that she's going to show up there with Ahsoka as well. This last one, this is what I want to bring up. Michael Biehn says here as a bounty hunter who joins regulars Pedro and Gina. So there's this talk about Michael Biehn. I kind of, that was washed over me when this first came up. And as I started looking into it today, this morning, and as putting things together, I just pull up, just so folks, again, people may not be familiar with Michael Biehn, look what he's done. He was in the Terminator 2, the 91 special edition. Corporal Hicks in Aliens. He's in The Abyss. Navy SEALs, Tombstone, The Rock, Megiddo, Planet Terror, Hill Street Blues, Magnificent Seven. Look at that. I mean, there's a guy that's got the chops. And Anthony, when you go and you ask me, is there somebody that's a sheriff type? Now, this article says he's as a bounty hunter joining regulars Pedro and Gina. What if he is a sheriff type? I like the idea. We don't have a sheriff type yet. It'd be more of a U.S. Marshal, right? So you go back to those Westerns and the Marshals. It might be more like a U.S. Marshal than a sheriff, a local sheriff. Timothy Oliphant might be the closest thing you're going to get to a sheriff. But here I think you might get somebody that's more of a marshal. I mean, he's got the chops, right? I think this guy can pull it off. He'd be a great addition to the staff or the cast, right? I got to get caught up. You guys in the chat are doing great. Kind of pointless. He wasn't even in the movie. They made an action figure, but we don't even see him. Oh, yeah. Well, but we have a chance now to bring him in. Santa, I saw your meme yesterday on Facebook. Santa should affect the whole. I know you wear a mask. You always wear gloves. Yeah, I already wear gloves. We'll talk a little bit about the Santa stuff when we get time. But look, it's just 2 weeks from today that I'll make my grand appearance at Cabela's, at the north side of Columbus. We're going to be in person there at Cabela's, but they're going to have a plexiglass shield for me to be behind. There'll be 6 feet of distance, and the children, the families will go in front of the plexiglass, sit on a bench. There'll be no contact with Santa. They'll be more than 6 feet away or 6 feet away with a plexiglass wall between us. So, yeah, that's Russell. Santa hates my trash take. They're entertaining me a lot, Russell. So keep it up. Wu-Tang Wells. Mike, I'm being bad again. Yeah, you're fine. Anthony, do you kind of wish they actually had regional characters instead of using stuff from comic books or Star Wars? Well, they kind of are, right? We didn't have anybody like the folks there. I just went blank on his name. The guy that with Grief Karga. We didn't have a Grief Karga before, so he's new. And he is leading a territory, and bounty hunter guild, right? So there are some folks being introduced as well, and I do hope that we continue to see that. Again, we don't know who Michael Biehn is coming in as. Really good question. Yeah, do we know who he's supposed to portray? No, we don't, right? So it's oh no, Russell, I see what you did. Oh no, here we come. But no, we don't know who Michael Biehn is supposed to portray. I'm looking forward to seeing who he's going to portray and if he's going to become a regular. We've already talked about maybe Cara Dune's spinoff series, right? So Cara Dune is supposed to spin off of Katie Sackhoff, right, or Bo-Katan, and have a spinoff series. We may see less Cara Dune going forward as she's involved in that other thing with Bo-Katan. And again, I think she may pledge herself to be a Mandalorian, a night owl, one of Bo-Katan's Mandalorians. She may pledge herself to be that. Wouldn't surprise me. So we'll see. Yeah. Do you wish? Right, being a Star Wars fan, kind of wish they created more original characters for live action. Yeah, so I think I get where you're going with this, Anthony. We're getting a lot of characters brought in when you start listing them, right? We're getting a lot of like all-star characters coming in, and prior to this, the all-star character was Din Djarin. And we had some great, like Quill came in, right? Quill, wonderful character, absolutely loved it, right? And his quotes, his presence was wonderful. But they killed him off. We had Grief Karga and even Moff Gideon. wasn't all that well known. And then here bringing in the long list of people in season 2 and perhaps season 3, if we're going to end up getting, our favorite pirate involved, then yeah, it's a little concerning. It's a little concerning. And here we go, Russell, Wu-Tang, Peter Dinklage as the sheriff. Oh, yeah. No, I would not mind seeing Peter Dinklage in there. Very funny. That's great. Yeah. Holiday work still panning out. In fact, this whole thing that you see on the bottom, the jingle ring, I've already got some confirmed appointments for this season. So some of you have gone out there, you've reserved, and I truly appreciate the support. They're starting to show up in my calendar. That's great. I have a Cabela's on my exit. Georgia, yeah. there will be a Santa down there in Georgia. And you know what? There was supposed to be a big Santa convention in Atlanta this year, but it got postponed and then canceled. So there's that. More Bill Burr. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. But I think he blew up. I think that Dave Filoni and the other directors came in and blew him up in those X-Wings. So I think he's done. We're kind of cool if they're able to get guys like Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy. Boy, I go back to this Michael Biehn. I don't know why I let that just wash over me the last time. This is fantastic. Oh, you're right, Russell. He's in the prison. They didn't bring him back. Yeah, the ones that were left in the prison, the whole crew that went with him, right? They were left there, except there was the Twi'lek that came back with him, and that's what he planted the device on, and then he left, right? So yeah. So anyway, Michael Biehn, that's a really good landing, and I'm excited to see where they go with that. Yeah, if the pandy didn't happen, we could have met. Yeah, and I've shared. I went to Pittsburgh during our vacation, and I had been working with Josh, texting him and messaging back and forth, saying, "Hey, can we meet up? Can we go here or there?" And we were trying to meet, and I went to Pittsburgh. We went down there to meet him, and then his schedule blew up, and he couldn't come join us. So I desperately tried to. I was going to take him to lunch, buy him some lunch, and spend some time with him, but it just didn't happen. Yeah, 1 point for Wells. Yeah, yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I think you get 2 points. You get Peter Dinklage. That's a good point. You got to credit yourself for that one. And then the other. Do you think we'll get a younger General Hux? Ooh, that would be good as we start getting in there. He might be more of a lieutenant or something. And we do have an episode coming up with that's the Empire, and he could absolutely make an appearance. Yeah, Josh is too busy. That's absolutely true. So there's more stuff to talk about, my friends. More stuff. So let's close some of these tabs here. I do want to get to some other Star Wars related news, and we haven't got to the toys yet either. There's, and I don't want to give it away too early. Let me go this way. I'll go here, close this one, close this next one. We're going to close these tabs. I wanted to bring up our friend. Oh, no, we got yesterday a little bit of a preview on this this High Republic. So here you go, Anthony. This is for you, right? A series based on the Old Republic or High Republic. Or do you rather see a movie? I'm actually in favor of Disney Plus movies or series. I think the future for Star Wars in the near and medium range future is going to be in here. We'll talk about that again in just a moment too. But here we go. We've got some art on StarWars.com for some High Republic figures. And I think this leads into perhaps getting an animated series in the future. We've got some, this again, StarWars.com. Some of their Padawans. These are some Padawans that are being promoted for the High Republic novels, right? These are books. So here we got another Padawan. It's a Wookiee. Good looking outfit too. I like that. We don't normally see Wookiees wearing this kind of robes or anything. I like the armband, the belt. This whole look that this Wookiee has is fantastic. I absolutely love that. And then we've got another Padawan here. You can see they're all wearing this same kind of belt with the robe, right? So here's a different color robe with a belt, and up here, this lady, she has this same sort of robe on with a belt. So this is during the High Republic, you can tell it's a mark of Padawans, not only with the braid, but they also wear this distinctive style clothing. So here again, you see this robe, right? The same sort of overlay or tunic in the belt. So all of these are Padawans in this High Republic era. Look, I think they look great. And I think, here we go, this guy here. Boy, look at that. I don't know what this guy is back here, but I can't wait till they have a toy. So so we can add that to our collection. But boy, look at that dog. So this guy looks great too. So these are great figures. I think we might end up in an animated series around the High Republic involving these characters. And again, this reminds me of the Young Jedi Knight series back from the expanded universe. It's a Jedi school that Luke Skywalker's leading, and of course everybody goes back to the Skywalker twins or the Solo twins, Jason and Jaina Solo. But people go back to them. But the High Republic involved these Padawan learners, and they went out on adventures. So I do think we might get something that kind of mirrors that in the High Republic era, and we might see an animated series featuring these characters that they're establishing in the books. So that should be great. We also, I kind of want to move on because this next article, it ties in as well. So John Boyega, our boy that says, "Don't Disney Plus me, man," who said he's frustrated with how he's been treated as a person of color within the Lucasfilm. They didn't treat his character right. They didn't clothe him right. Didn't do his hair right. They didn't do any of it right. He's been very critical of the sequel trilogy, the way that he was treated as an actor, as well as his character within that trilogy. And people are kind of making more of that than I think it is. But he did do an interview where they asked him if he'd be interested in coming to Disney Plus to do a series, and he shut that down hard. He shut it down hard. He was not interested. He said he was done portraying Finn. He wasn't interested in doing any Star Wars projects for a while. And I speculated in the video a few weeks ago. This has been some time ago. We did a video and we talked about John Boyega's interview, and I predicted, give him 4 or 5 years, he'll want to come back because that's his pattern, right? He likes to he wants to move on. He wants to have various projects going on. He wants to this diversity of things, and he had different projects he's working on at the time even. But this is interesting because he does say here that he would consider coming back to Finn a role in a TV series. Now this is really good because when we read it, again, he's speaking to Yahoo Entertainment. He revealed he could be tempted to come back to the franchise. Let me make this bigger, right? He'd be tempted to come back to the franchise, explore untold stories about Finn, but he could be tempted to come back. But he's interested in TV show format rather than film, and not necessarily live action either. Now, this is the part, and I think it ties into what I see you guys kind of chatting about too. It says, "I'm a Mandalorian fan. So Lucasfilm are doing very, very well with TV shows." I can actually hear him in his accent doing it. I'm just not going to try to portray it. He said, "If they could do it on TV and do all that kind of stuff, man, I'd love to watch it." He added he would consider returning to the role himself, saying, "Well, yeah, animated would actually be dope. We could do it from home." So as a Finn-centric story could explore, Boyega is keen to flesh out Finn's role as a rebel and see him take the charge as a leader, expanding on the Rise of Skywalker role and charge into battle on Exegol on horseback. So I saw somebody, let me go back here. No. I'm going to rustle. Wu-Tang Wells, you give me gold and then you give me not gold. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. I saw this and I was going to play off of it. that Star Wars being handed to Feige and Star Wars is now MCU canon. Look at me. This is an MCU channel now. Oh, Russell, Wu-Tang was. No, what I was going to say is I think that Disney Studios, Marvel, or not Marvel, look what you did to me. No, Disney Studios and Lucasfilm should absolutely be bowing at the feet of Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Because here you've even changed the attitudes of an actor who is central to your sequel trilogy, John Boyega, who started off saying, no, I have no interest in going to Disney Plus. No, I'm done with this character. Now he's seen The Mandalorian. He's seen the series. He can see what can happen with character development. He can see what a quality show this is. I mean, you've got some quality directors, actors, everything involved, and it's coming out very, very well. And he says, yeah, I'm absolutely interested in doing something like that. It's changed his attitude. And I've seen it among Star Wars fandom as well. All the division that's been talked about within Star Wars fandom, and nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans do, all of that. There's some truth, but there's also a lot of rubbish in there. But in this case, I think he's emblematic of the kind of change we can see through doing series. And so this goes back to Anthony, your question about a series versus a movie. Absolutely interested in series. I share John Boyega's enthusiasm over The Mandalorian, and in fact, so much enthusiasm that he's interested in coming back with his other castmates to continue the story of Finn in a series. And he said, not a movie, right? He's interested in doing a series rather than a movie. So I thought that was, wow. If Boyega has already changed his tune, and he's interested in this, that says a lot for what The Mandalorian has done. And not to forget, like, it earned Disney Plus some street cred, right? They've got some Emmy nominations out of it. They got several Emmy awards out of it. The Mandalorian is changing the industry. That volume is changing how they're going to do production. We're starting to see it replicate now for Warner Brothers, using it for the Batman, Pattinson, right? So all of that is coming together, and I think it's super exciting. I get caught up again here. Oh my goodness, we're running out of time. Mike Porter, even Pee Wee Herman's looking forward to, right? Facebook with Mandalorian. Really, I haven't seen that, Mike. That's good. You're going to lose your mind when the Jedi show up on Battle World. Let's see. I gotta keep up. Drew's reviews. I think we can all agree there's so much untapped potential with Finn's character. Perhaps if Disney and his agents can compromise, we can get an amazing Finn series. Absolutely, Drew's reviews. Post Rise of Skywalker is now already starting to get a little bit of support. Teeny tiny, right? It's teeny tiny. There's just a small group of us, but I believe it'll grow over time. Mike, streaming is the future. You can make it along with yes, more character development. Absolutely. I want to see him as a Jedi, not a rebel. I suppose you're talking about the actor we were talking about. Doomcock just put out Mando season 1, gushing about how amazing. Boy, if Doomcock is doing something positive, boy, that's done something huge. Other news: Mark Hamill lost a fist fight with Goku's voice actor Sean Schemmel, settling the highly disputed hypothetical question: who would win a fight between? Point. Josh, Den of Nerds saying, kill baby Yoda. Doomcock saying he loves baby. We're in a multiverse. You guys are great. I would spend more time on this, but there's more stuff I got to get to. There's more stuff to get to. And I'm running out of time. So this was the other. John Boyega on Colin Trevorrow's episode 9. And it says he would return to Star Wars if Daisy Ridley and Oscar Isaac come back. So this was another take on it. But I wanted to share this just because look at that art. This is a little bit of fan art down here, I think. Let's see if I can. I just like that a lot. I was like, wow, that's great. So I'm going to heart it. I'm going to retweet it. And I thought that's good stuff right there. So I wanted to get past that. This next piece here is where we're going to see all of the Star Wars haters, all of those clickbait channels. Doomcock is surely going to pick up on this. as well as our friends over at the Fandom Menace. Disney's moving Lucasfilm and its divisions to Burbank. Oh, ouch. Lucasfilm, this article here goes into it. This actually showed up on my phone this morning. I didn't notice of it. It says the statue may be packing these bags. Multiple sources inside Disney told us Disney's moving closer to long-held plans to relocate Lucasfilm and its divisions, ILM and Skywalker Sound, among others, down to Burbank. Here we go. It says Lucas currently operates out of the Digital Arts Center in San Francisco. Operates all Lucasfilm divisions out of Skywalker Ranch. All of this, they're located at Presidio, ILM, all of those. It says the building is still owned by Skywalker Properties, which is owned by George Lucas. So with that, and Skywalker Sound operating out of Skywalker Ranch, Disney is paying George Lucas rent for both locations. Oh boy, here we go. Quote, Disney wants to move Lucasfilm to Burbank, and the larger incentive is that they have been paying George Lucas to rent for 8 years. Oops. And don't want to anymore. Oh no. They want to take George Lucas off the payroll, so to speak, right? There's no reason to keep Lucasfilm 6 hours away from Disney while paying rent to do it. So not only did George Lucas get that first big check for that they got here with Iger, right? Not only did he get that, but he's been getting rent from Disney for 6 years. So says a second source inside Disney said this has been a plan for years. It's unclear why the move hasn't been made yet. And it says that they've moved location to Disney lot in Burbank, keeping convenient proximity. So I am absolutely positive that this is going to blow up all of the haters who are going to say, look, Disney is put to death the last of Lucasfilm, right? By selling the property, getting off the property, and they've cut George Lucas out of their franchise entirely. They're no longer paying rent to, right? You can think of the spin. You can already see it writing itself. Expect more on this. But look, I understand. Not only that, but look, corporate real estate as a whole is going to be drastically reduced following this pandemic. We're already seeing leases cut on properties by large businesses who say we're just simply not going to go back. And it would make sense that Disney would say,
"Hi, my name is Brian, and a little thing."
No, you can go away. So it makes sense that Disney would no longer want to be paying for these properties when they have others. So there's that. Let's see. Let me see if I can get back up here. Get caught up with the comments. 3 points. What have y'all achieved? I'm giving one of my points to Mike Flippin' Porter for holding it down as always. Very good. Drew, everyone is fleeing California. It's too expensive. Yeah, they're moving from California, from San Francisco area down to Burbank, which is still California, but they're reducing their footprint. They're reducing the office space. By the way, is George Lucas a Santa? Is he King Santa? I need to know more about the Santa hierarchy. There is a Santa hierarchy, but George Lucas is not in it. I'm afraid to tell you. I'll be embarrassed if Burbank is in California. Yeah. Burbank is in California, Drew, but it's still a valid point. Like, why pay for that real estate up in San Francisco? Quick, I wanted to get, we're down to the last bit here. I'm not going to make it all the way through. Oh, no. So Mattel is forecasting high growth in toy demand. Look, I've shared, I'm a real Santa that I visit with over 1,000 kids every year. And those kids ask for various things. The request for toys has been low. It's been extremely low. Most of it's for video games and video game consoles, those kind of things. I don't get asked a lot for Marvel toys, Star Wars toys, or any other. The biggest toys I get are from girls asking for Barbies, or asking for LOL dolls, or asking for things along those lines. Girls ask for those kind of figures. Boys don't ask for any. The other biggest toy that I get requested as Santa is Legos. Lots of Legos, lots of Nerf guns. But even the boys, they're not asking for Spider-Man or Iron Man or Hulk or anything, right? They're not asking for anything along those kind of lines. It's just not happening a lot. So they're saying that they've seen a surge in demand, and says Mattel reported a surprise rise in quarterly sales, forecast more growth. The retailers rushed to restock the shelves on Barbies and other toys. So there you see, Barbies and other toys is exactly what I see as Santa. With COVID-19 forcing schools and many hold classes online and limiting entertainment options, parents have turned to play sets and games. So here we go, play sets and games. Pre-pandemic inventories run low. Mattel had to boost shipments, 10% jump in net sales. All of that is fantastic news. So I want to bring a couple other things. So with that, and I'm going to kind of jump through these quickly. We just touch base on where we are with the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest is up to 11,946. So we're just 1,054 from hitting our 13,000 target to get the carbonite blocks. So let's get past that. I want to show you just a couple other toys that have come up. We've got Commander Pyre at a Star Wars as a Target exclusive. Pyre comes from the animated series that nobody liked. I liked it, but there's Commander Pyre. He's very similar to Commander Cardinal and also Phasma, Captain Phasma. So Commander Pyre is for sale. He wears gold, of course. Phasma's in silver, and Cardinal wears red. So you've got these special characters. So here we've got a Black Series Pyre. I want to show you. There's also here we get the Black Series R5P8, one of the bounty hunters, right? So there's that. And I want to show you these last two. These came out on Disney today. They've got a Boba Fett Collector's Edition by Diamond Select. It's 7 inches. So Black Series figures are right around 6 inches. These are 7 inches. They're slightly larger. And here we've got a nice Boba Fett. You can see, let me again increase this so you can see. Look at this Boba Fett. Looks great. We've got a little blaster gun thing. Look at the wear and things on his, right? All the scratches, the wear on there. The articulation is great. Looks good. So we've got several different views of this Boba Fett. I like it. You've got the flame coming out, the flame shooter there on his wrist. Again, the fire coming out of the gun. This is a fantastic Boba Fett. 7 inches, $25. Not bad. I like it a lot. But I want to show you the Darth Maul. You guys ready? Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves for Darth Maul. Darth Maul. We love Darth Maul, right? Got to tell you, not liking that Darth Maul grin. It's just not. I mean, they had to cast the face as something, but that grin, it starts to wear on you when you see him like posing. I don't like it. I don't like it. What do y'all think? You like? I mean, is it just me? But with the things that came out with Ray Park lately, and then tell me that doesn't look creepy. Tell me that doesn't look creepy. I'm just not a fan. Oof. The Boba Fett, yeah, sure. Darth Maul, pass. That's a hard pass from Santa. So I wanted to get through those toys before we got to the top of the hour. I know it's just after 1. Look, I appreciate guys sticking with me. There's a couple other things I'm going to be doing, but let's go up here and get caught up. Wu-Tang. Look, I appreciate it. You've entertained me a lot today. Frantically Google Santa hierarchy. Drew's reviews. To everyone in the chat for always making fun. The channel is truly what community is about. Appreciate it. Look, I do too, Drew. This community is fantastic, and Josh has worked so hard. He's worked so hard for all of us, and I just can't thank the guy enough. I wish that I could get a little one-on-one with him. I've tried for weeks, but the guy is busting his hump for all of us, and I appreciate it. Santa, you can build all those toys with your elves. Yeah, the elves are busy making, but you got to prioritize the kids. You know, one kid asked me one time, Santa, do the elves celebrate Christmas? I mean, they make toys all year. I've got a great story about that. We'll have to share it some other time. Pyre is out on Sunday. Yeah, got mine already. Ooh, good job, Mark. Yeah, hate the grin. Looked like he's greeting me in a restaurant. I don't like it. I don't like it. Boba Fett is in the Sarlacc 60-inch Sarlacc pit for you. Boba Fett, that's great. Oh no. Yes. Mark, point. He took a point from you there, Russell. That's good. That was good. Disappointed doing you, Russell. You should have been on top of that one. So look, there's more I want to do. I need to get up my tweet today. 7 days until the Mandalorian season 2 starts. We get chapter 9, and this whole journey picks up steam and speed. It's going to be exciting times. Monday is the very first official Mando Monday from Star Wars. They're going to start releasing new merchandise related to the Mandalorian every Monday. That's coming up this Monday. So look forward to that. Again, if I can get on and talk about it, I will, but I just don't know if I'll be able to get to it. And then, so we have that coming up. And then, oh, shoot. We got season 2 coming up. There was a lot more. I need to get my tweet today. So today is 7 days before. If you were watching along every week, starting 8 weeks ago, today would be the last of season 1, episode 8. Pick a quote, pick a photo, and share those. I've been doing that every Friday. And so today I will release the quote in the picture as we prepare for season 2. I'm super hyped. I really appreciate the time you all have taken to spend with me today. I had a lot of fun. Hope you have too. And again, next week I'll be on vacation. If you guys want visits with Santa virtually, you're not in the Columbus, Ohio, Central Ohio area, and you can't come out to Cabela's, then look me up on JingleRing, and there's the jingle code 40, jingle 40. You can get an appointment with me. There's several people already have. I've already got confirmation of bookings. So that's fantastic. And just 2 weeks from today, I'll be showing up in stores. And then the virtual visits start 3 weeks from now. And right then, boy, we are in full-blown holiday mode for here at the North Pole. The elves have already been working hard day and night. The reindeer are getting in shape. And in just 2 weeks from today, Santa season kicks off, and then from there to the end of the year, be appearing every day someplace, either virtually or in person. So thanks so much again. You guys have a great day today. Hope you have enjoyed your time. I look forward to seeing you the next time. Until then, Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye-bye.